Is the DC universe in trouble? Clayface faces major rewrite. Things are looking a bit shaky over at DC Studios these days. First, the highly anticipated Sergeant Rock project hit a wall, and now it seems Clayface, one of the most intriguing additions to James Gunn's DC universe, is reportedly going back to the drawing board. If this trend continues, fans have every reason to feel a little anxious. Back in February, horror maestro James Watkins, known for his chilling works like Eden Lake and Speak No Evil, was set to bring Clayface to life, with a script penned by the talented Mike Flanagan. With such a powerhouse duo at the helm, expectations were sky high. However, industry insider Jeff Snyder recently dropped a bombshell. The project might not be as far along as we had hoped. He revealed that Flanagan only crafted a skeleton script for the film, as his focus has now shifted to his Carrie TV series. This means Clayface is reportedly undergoing a full, page 1 rewrite, which is just a fancy way of saying they're starting from scratch. This is quite surprising, especially considering Gunn's earlier comments about why he greenlit the film in the first place. He expressed his commitment to ensuring that the screenplay is top-notch, stating, "I want to make sure we have the screenplay that works perfectly. That goes above and beyond anything else." Gunn was genuinely excited about Flanagan's idea for Clayface, saying, "When Mike Flanagan comes in and he is like, 'I got this idea for Clayface, I didn't think about, we're going to do something with Clayface.' But then he told me this idea he had, and the idea was so amazing." So, it raises eyebrows. Was there really a complete script ready to roll, or is Snyder's information off the mark? Snyder also shared some insights about the cancelled Sergeant Rock project, revealing that budget cuts were the culprit. Initially, Luca Guadagnino had a budget of $70 million, but when it was slashed to $65 million, the creative compromises became too significant. Even Daniel Craig, who was initially on board, backed out, and the studio's attempt to pivot to Colin Farrell wasn't enough to save the project. This situation brings up some serious questions about the leadership at DC Studios. James Gunn and Peter Safran have made some bold moves since taking the reins, but managing a studio is a whole different ballgame compared to directing and producing. With Superman set to hit theaters this summer, officially launching the DC universe, the pressure is definitely on. Behind the scenes, there might be some internal friction as well. Snyder hinted that Gunn has been frustrated with HBO's hesitance to greenlight superhero content. Rumor has it, he even went over HBO boss Casey Bloy's head to pitch Lanterns directly to Warner Bros. Discovery CEO David Zaslav. It's starting to feel eerily familiar. Back in 2014, Warner Bros. Unveiled an ambitious slate of DC films that never saw the light of day. Now, with only a handful of projects announced in 2023 making any progress, we find ourselves in a similar holding pattern: big dreams, but little to show for it. Still, if Gunn's past enthusiasm for Clayface is any indication, there might be a glimmer of hope. He once said, "One of the things Peter and I talked about when we first got the script is if we were producing movies 5 years ago, and somebody had brought us this horror script called Clayface, we would have died to have produced this movie." He described it as a truly excellent body horror script, emphasizing that the fact it's part of the DC universe is just a bonus. Their version of that movie, it is so real and true and psychological and body horror and gross. It's definitely R-rated. The concept sounds fantastic, but in the unpredictable world of Hollywood, even the most promising projects can get stuck in development limbo. Clayface is still tentatively scheduled for a September 11, 2026 release, but with this news, don't be surprised if that date shifts. The bigger question remains: can the DC universe regain its footing before audiences lose faith again? What do you think? Should fans be worried, or is this just part of the process of building a better cinematic universe?